can, but I did some digging in the web and stuff, and then just like knowing people, asking people questions about their grief, and it's all different. But, you know, it's such an individual process. You can't put time limits on it, because I will be honest, I am kind of the person that's like, okay, now what? And it's not my mother. It's my friend that I lost, but it's my husband's mother. But some days I'm like, are you okay? And then in my head, I'm like, how long is he going to be in a funk for? And then just like feeling that out and being like, it's not about you, Shanna, right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's doing amazing considering he's not in bed all day. Like, and then if you ask him, he'll say, I'm not doing great. But to me, he's getting up. He's getting dressed. He's brushing, like
he's showing up for you for sure.
And then we're pregnant during this whole thing. And so I'm so in awe of him on that level.
Yeah.
However, some moments I'm like, okay, so when do we get, and this is selfish, but I'll be honest to all you out there that hasn't experienced, you know, a family member of that caliber dying like me, I'll be honest. I'm like, okay, now when do we get to the joyful part? And I see moments of joy. However, it's changing me too, because I'm like, shut the F up. Like it makes you really live in the present moment. Because commercials, things go off, and I'm just like, okay, what can I do? And there's nothing you can just be there, like you said.
Yeah, because the reality is it's not about like, okay, now that's done.
Right.
You know,
I'm learning. Yes.
It's just not that. It's not that. It's not gonna be that.
No.
You know, I remember when it happened for me, you know, young 20s in New York City, and it was such a shock, and it was crazy, and everyone's clubbing, and you know, figuring out their life, the whole thing.
I hope that, with you.
Exactly, especially when you're younger, everybody else still has the parents, so they don't get it and they don't know, and you know, they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And I'm like, you know,
I'm not.
No, I mean, at that point, what are you saying? You're like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, because you're not dealing, you know, sometimes you're in denial, sometimes you are. And then they're like, okay, great, let's go out. And I'm like,
What was your way of coping? Like, did you have a moment you worked?
I worked every single day. I worked every chance I got. And then I worked for a year straight. Like, I just needed to be busy doing something else.
Yeah.
And doing that. And then I remember when I hit the year mark, I exhaled and I was like, oh my God, I made it. You know, but then you realize you have a whole life without him there. You know what I mean? So you got to just remember. And then that's when you can transition through the steps of grieving, you know.